and Sue, they're new to the team. Don and Sue,
Welcome.
wave hello to everybody. Heather Kelly, Chris, Dave, Miss Lady Boss, Steph Rowland, Mr. Delargy as well. Ryan, hey, welcome. Everybody say hi to Ryan. He's new as well.
Hey, Ryan. Welcome.
What is going on? Hey there, Melissa, Yan, Angela, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hey, we got the starting of a great crew here tonight.
I'm going incognito.
No problem, no problem. Mr. Thomas, how are you? Good to see all your engagement in the groups, my man. Working hard. So let's start. Let's go through a couple victories. Who's got victories to share for the last week? Let's be eager today. Let's focus on being really eager with our victories this week.
Okay, Kevin, I'm going to go.
Go.
Yes.
So my victory this week is meeting up with you and getting reconnected with what I saw in this amazing community of individuals quite some time ago. And I'm looking forward to re-engaging and getting things rolling. I appreciate you very much.
Oh, thanks, Ange. It was wonderful sharing that time with you. And we know that big things are coming for you, Ange. We just got to apply.
Betcha.
You got to put some rubber to the road.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Who else has a victory to share? Don't all line up at once.
I had a couple of them.
Yes.
I'm so excited because I received my first trifecta, the forms signed from my first 99 buyer. So I'm just excited for that. So
amazing.
I'm just waiting for, and the good thing is that she's not going to apply for financing. She's going to pay it in credit card. So I'm excited. This is my first trifecta of hundreds.
Amazing. Great job, Dave. That is incredible. Look at you.
I'm so excited.
I didn't even think that. I didn't think that you could vibrate on a higher level. Yet here you are. Look at that.
Either, right?
Look at that smile. I want. You know what? I got to tell you. You know what? Dave came into our community. How long has it been now, Dave? 4 months? 5 months?
4 months.
4 months. 4 months ago, you know, I'm talking to Dave. Yeah. He was an optimistic guy. He was thinking about how he could make his life better, and you know, you can tell. You know, he's English is a little bit broken, but he speaks quite well. He speaks with his heart on his sleeve. He speaks with emotion, and as time went on, he learned to harness that emotion, and he learned to harness that positivity, and he just starts vibrating on another levels, open up his mind and open up his horizons. And here you are with making thousands of dollars in a day. It's amazing, Dave.
It is. It's amazing. And the other winning I want to share, guys, is that when we started all this teasing with Landon and Stapes, all of a sudden I was checking my back office and I had a new lead. And all of a sudden, that lead it's a warm market, someone that I know. So when I ask, well, what makes you reach up? Because I've seen all your good buys, and I was curious what you were doing. So I was registered, I watched the webinar, and so we're talking about bring it on the business. So it's everything that I don't know, this good buy that I'm. Like I said in yesterday or the day before in one of my Go Lives, and Colin was there very early in the morning at 8 in the morning. Is that vibration that, I don't know where it came from, I guess from Punta Cana or my recent meditation, but I'm vibrating a different, that positive vibration in the morning. That's why I'm doing my Go Lives early in the morning at 8 in the morning before I go to job. And I feel different. I don't know if this was what vibrates 2 days ago, and that's why I received the lead 2 days ago. Now the trifecta, and someone just approached to me by a messenger. A friend of mine in Mexico, she's having trouble with issues with her marriage, and she approached me. Hey, I need to talk with someone, and I trust you. I have seen that you're very positive, and I've seen. But she was asking me for advice. What should I do? I've seen that you're vibrating different, so everything in the universe. I don't know. It's amazing. I don't know if you can tell. I'm very excited about this, and I was talking with Rick 2 days ago, feeling like I don't know. I don't have any ads running, but everything that I'm vibrating from my heart outside. Colby just helped me this afternoon with one of my ads, so I'm just ready to run one video ad tonight. So everything I know the universe I'm manifesting everything, and I'm manifesting Vegas. So I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful, and thanks Rick for the chats, and that's why I posted that video this afternoon, because I want to share this with my family. I'm so excited.
Way to go, Dave. Man, I'm telling you, you are absolute proof that we can create our future. Right? We can create our results. We create our life. Dave, you're making it happen, man. I can so happy and so proud of you, man. That it really is amazing. Really is amazing. You'll be training people one day. Believe me, you will be.
I'm sure.
Awesome. All right. Who else has a victory to share? Who wants to unmute themselves and share a victory?
I'll go, or whoever wants to go. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay.
Whoever said.
I have had several leads come in the past few weeks. I got this one girl that wasn't getting paid till today, and her paycheck got held up, but she was wanting to buy. Since then, of course, time passed and she had time to think about it. She's getting a bit of cold feet. But we've had the new webinars come up since then, so I sent her to that. I also just had a lead like 20 minutes ago, wrote me, said he's interested. So sent him to the webinar, and things are starting. I mean, at first, it's always easy to get a little frustrated, but I always had faith that this will work, and things are starting to trickle in and get better and better. And I'm like my third way through the book, cash advertising now. So I just keep listening to it and driving all that in my head, and yeah, it's really working out.
Attaboy, Matt. That's phenomenal, man. Stay with it, and when you talk about learning and applying and basically studying every day, that's what's going to get you the growth. Like you're showing those outward results because you're doing the work inside, right? Yeah. You're making things happen, and at the end of the day, remember, everybody should remember this: we are not trying to sell people. That is not what we do. We are looking and sorting for the people that want what we already have. They want what we have to offer. We should not be convincing anybody. There will always be people that get cold feet.
Yep.
And that has no reflection on you. It's a reflection on them. You can't take that personally. People, they're going to look at this. They might be a lead. They might buy. They might even buy, GAZ Pro. They might buy the membership. They might even buy an adjunct. They might even buy the campaign. But they talk themselves out of it. Why? Because of fear. It's fear of self-doubt, fear of criticism, fear of failure, fear of success. They talk themselves out of it. That is not your job. Your job is to lead the way. Your job is not to convince. Your job is not to sell. Your job is not to drag people along. Your job is to inspire. How do you inspire? By setting the example, by always moving forward, by being a leader, not by trying to babysit, not by trying to manage people, right? You are creating another job if that's what you think you're doing. And none of us want that job, right? So you're on the right track, Matt. Keep it going, man. Great job. Let's take one more. Victory from the week.
I'll go.
Yes, go ahead, Steph.
So I finally, put it out on Facebook that I'm quitting my job in April. I didn't put it up on my personal page. Well, I kind of actually mentioned it to Kyla today on our Go Live. So that's like the first thing in personal. So I know I'm going to get feedback from my family. I know I'm going to get that negative by my family, but I'm so freaking excited about it. So yeah, I did that today. I just randomly went live today on my business page too, and just like probably took 2 minutes, and I was like in the happiest freaking fucking mood. So it's really exciting. So other than that, I also want to introduce my girl that's on here right now, Jessa. It's her first call. I'm really, really excited for her to be here. She just put her paperwork in for the JR2, and I'm just excited for her because she's going to kick ass in this business.
Way to go. Everybody say hello to Jessa. Hey, Jessa. Hey. Welcome to the call. That's awesome. Congrats, Steph. And you as well, vibrating on a whole nother level. It's so awesome to see. And we're gonna have a retirement party for you, right? Everybody's gonna.
Yeah.
Sorry, where do you live again?
Boston, but I'm planning on coming to Canada. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What,
you guys
like
are all
moving to Canada?
Anyway, so I have to come see you all.
Okay. Oh, hey, love it. I love it. Well, our August event will be in Canada.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. I was like, I'm going to Vegas in April, and I'm planning on going in August to Canada. So I'm good. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. You'll love it up here, I guarantee. Well, welcome, Jessa, and great job, Steph. So Kyla has something to say. Kyla, you have a victory to share.
I did a first go live in last couple months today with staff, and it was my first time being a guest.
Awesome.
I was really nervous, but really proud, and Daniel had some stuff to say, but overall it went really well. So I'm going to start doing go lives again. And yeah, just my mindset hasn't really been there. And today it was just like, I cleaned my whole house. I started my morning routine again, and I'm ready to kick ass. And I think this little guy's first word is going to be fuck, but that's okay.
Okay.
That might be.
Is that because of you, or is that because of somebody else?
Yeah, that might be my fault.
Not saying anything. Not naming anyone, Steph.
Well, maybe. Well, he won't know what it means. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Well, that's awesome, Kyla. And doesn't that make the biggest difference when you start to be present and you start to exert self-discipline? And really, that's what it comes down to. And that's not in a condescending way, but when you start to exert that self-discipline, you start to organize and declutter your life, and you start to get focused, and you start to put energy into things that matter. Right, Kyla? Like, have you? What made you draw that line in the sand and say, okay, you know what, I got to do this, and now you're starting to make some progress, and it's like inward progress, not just outward progress.
Well, going back to work and having to use the ETS bus system, and really just I've been really negative, and I couldn't figure out why. And it was like, well, I had stopped doing the magic. I stopped being grateful in general. I kind of took this woe's me attitude, and I had to look back and stop. And I looked at my house, and it was just like my house was reflecting on how I felt, and I was like, this has to change. And with Chinese New Year tomorrow, I had to do everything tonight. So I was like, let's just get it going. And, the year of the dog is going to be amazing for us. And yeah, it's just, why wait? Just do it. And you have a choice. You can either let yourself be the victim and hold yourself back, or you can choose to be the survivor and just go ahead and make things happen. We're all here for a reason. And yeah, I've had my struggles, and I've had my lack of confidence, but we're all here on this planet to share and to help people, whether it's, helping them by listening to their story or helping them grow. And so I can't keep hiding, because that's just taking away from someone else's story. So here I am, and yeah, I mean, it's not going to be sunshines and lollipops all the time, but that's what this community is here for, is to, you know, ask for help and stuff. So if it wasn't for my Walk the Talk group, I don't know, and Sheldon, he's not really in that group, even Nikki. I mean, honestly, there's so many people in this group that have been so supportive and behind the scenes that it's just amazing. It's phenomenal. So I want to thank all of you guys, and let's get this meeting going.
That's awesome. Kyla, so amazing to have that self-discovery and that epiphany that's really you control, right? You control your results, you control your mindset, and you know, you are living proof that you can make things happen, right? And I think we all need to note that is what Kyla just touched on, is that word comes up all the time. And for those of you that have built teams and you're creating that community, that word, it is the most important word in everything that we do on this planet. Not just talking about this business. It's community. Look at every major organization out there. Their priority is their community, right? You look at the Google employees, amazing, right? The Apple infrastructure, their organization, amazing. You look at direct selling, you look at Amway, their community is amazing. What we do here with our small group, our small community of GAZ, that is about 4,000 people strong, that's tiny. And I would say a lot of those people are members, are part of the community, but none of them are not, they're not all in. They're not completely invested. They don't make themselves emotionally available and invested in what we do. If I were to guess, we've got maybe 1,000 true members of GAZ, which in the grand scope of things, out of 2.2 billion people that are on Facebook, 1,000 people is not even a drop in the pond. It's not even a drop in the ocean. So for everybody, I really want to emphasize this today, because our theme for this quarter leading up to Vegas is momentum. How do we build momentum in 2018? I know we haven't gone public with that yet, but that is a theme. How do we create a momentum in our lives, in our businesses, and in our teams? Number one, it's being solid as a community. It is supporting each other, leaning on each other, you know, crying for each other, cheering for each other, building that community. You know, with the 29 people, I've got 2 cameras going on, so 28 people on the call tonight. We have to be able to lean on each other and support each other and lock arms. You know, there's a term in direct selling saying, hey, let's lock arms and build a legacy together. We have to think, we have to act on that literally, not just figuratively. We have to lock arms, and we have to be able to inspire each other when we need inspiring. We need to console each other when we have you know, temporary defeats. But we also lift each other up. And that community, if you start thinking about how can I not only create my own community, but how do I add value to this community, the community that we have here, within this team, within GAZ, within your future team, how do you build that community? Because that's what people are looking for. It's an innate desire. Now, I might get a little scientific on you, but it is biological for us to seek belonging, right? Like it was necessary for survival. It's in our biology that we need belonging to survive. That's why that's why we came together as villages. That's why we had tribes and clans. That's why we now have societies as cities and towns and obviously nations. So when you think about how you're coordinating with your team, think about how can I build a following? How can I build a team? How can I build a community that we are all heading in the right direction, in the same direction? Right? You essentially, you want, if you had drawn a picture of two scenarios where you have one organization and everybody's heading in different directions versus, so I'm drawing as fast as I can here, guys. So hopefully you can see this. Arrows. Hold on. There. Now we're centered. So think about this.
Evergreen trees.
No. So if we as a community are trying to say and preach one direction, unity, vision, mission, but everybody's heading in the different direction, how efficient do you think that is? Right? Some of you have seen infographics like this before. Versus, what if we are all aligned and we all see the same vision and we're all working towards the same vision? How much more effective do you think that is? So, and the reason why I bring this up is because our communication of our vision and our mission, that starts with the talk that you have in your own brains, but also how you communicate to your leads, how you communicate on your ads and your marketing. And then when you have those buyers, you have those teammates come in and they're buying GAZ Pro, they're buying an Agic, they're participating in the campaign, they're going all in. Can you get them on the same page, heading in the same direction that you are? Regardless of whether they're new or 6 months in, a year in, doesn't matter. We all have that same vision. Who would you say does that really, really well? There are some people in the world that if you start studying some of the world's leaders, and I don't mean politicians. I mean, some politicians are great leaders as well. Look at Gandhi, Mandela. You look at business leaders like Elon Musk. He's literally changing the world because he recruits everybody that works with him. SpaceX, Tesla, what's his other company? He's got another one. I can't remember what it is. But his companies, everybody's on the same mission to change the world. And that's why he's able to create such phenomenal products. And you have such buy-in from employees, even the people that are like lowest on the totem pole. So that should be something as marketers and as business people that I challenge you guys to get really, really clear on. And to figure out, hey, what is your vision? What is your mission? Not just for yourself, but for the people that will follow you. Let me ask this. Who has that vision in mind already? Not for yourself. Everybody, I am going to make the assumption everybody has their own goals. But who has already drawn out and visualized and written down a goal for the people that are on your team? Tammy, Colin, Steph, Yan, okay? Amazing. Would any of you guys share what that vision is? And I'll loop around and try to connect the dots.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead, Yan.
Early on, it's funny because early on you were asking about wins, and I was going to go, and I have a few personal wins for the week. But what I was going to say is, it's nice to see because when we first started, doesn't seem like that long ago, but we'd have these masterminds. Right now they're bigger, but at first it was me, Kevin, Angela, Nikki, and Colin, and then Chris, and then a few more came along, and it got bigger and bigger. And some people would leave and go because it's very normal. Not everyone that's going to come in is going to stick. And within my team, that's happened a lot too, right? People come and go all the time, but it's really nice to see now that when I do masterminds or even in my chat, we're starting to feel a lot more like a family, even, like aside from this, and people are like helping each other grow, which is amazing. But to answer your question, I can't wait. I don't have a number in mind. I should probably be more specific with that, but I can't wait to have, let's say even 10 people quit their jobs. And you know what everyone just did in Punta Cana? I want to do that shit with my team. I want to be able to bring people out with their families and all meet each other and go and celebrate the shit out of our lives on a beach. That, I think about that I got shivers thinking about it. And by the way, if you're on my team, it's going to happen. Bring it.
Awesome,
Yeah, that's my vision. I got more, but to sum it up.
That's crazy, Jan, because do you want to turn yours down, babe? Jan's vision is like we are on the same pattern. That is like my vision is exactly what Jan said. Like just having people be able to quit their jobs, be spending time with their family, their children, relatives. And my ultimate goal is have our team be able to travel to a beach, a resort, and celebrate life, man. It was kind of, I had shivers too, man. Because that's exactly what I see, what I vision.
It's going to happen.
Awesome. So, taking that to the next level, have you defined how many people would quit their jobs? How many people would come with you? Like you guys are hitting the nail on the head on terms of what I'm talking about in terms of providing a vision for your teams. Our goal is to enroll people in that vision, right? We all should have that type of vision where it's not about you making $3 to $5 grand. Of course, that's the first step, right? You gotta be able to put your own air mask, oxygen mask on before you help somebody else on an airplane, right? So yes, you absolutely have to get yourself there first, but having a vision of who else you can help, who else you can save, how many people, what you're going to do for them, that is equally important. Because the clearer that vision is in helping other people, the clearer and more powerful your own vision will be for yourself. Right? Some people will say, "Well, I don't know. I just care about paying my bills or getting out of debt." I will promise you, if you start thinking about your goals as they relate to other people, your goals will now be more powerful. They will have more weight behind them. I think Tammy and I have had this talk. Tammy, you've enrolled people in that vision as well. Do you mind sharing with everybody?
Yeah, I actually been reading. Thanks. It's so awesome hearing your vision, Jan and Colin. It's super exciting. Even just when you talk about the vibration that you feel, Jan, it's exciting, and keep spreading that along to your team. But I've been recently reading and listening to Extreme Ownership, and it's amazing. And that's really, I would say, really driven me to see that greater vision for my team. And truly, I think it's about helping people. For me, my vision is helping people see their own capacity, their own potential. And when I say I want to help my team, my community achieve their dreams and goals, I am very specific in my mind, because my goal is to get to know every single person in my organization personally and to find out what their individual goals are. The majority of everybody on my team has goals to raise the standards in their communities. Most of them have massive passion for humanitarian purposes. A few of us actually have massive passions for, SPCA and animal shelters, and to be able to envision seeing each of them achieve those goals, the higher level goals. Creating an income is one thing. Quitting your job, firing your boss, having more money in the bank, that comes with having a business and being successful. But it's who you become, and it's becoming a leader. I envision every single person in my organization to become a leader, to take extreme ownership of themselves, take self-accountability for their success, to face the challenges, but to also be masters at overcoming them really quickly. And when things get tough, they can switch they can flip the switch really fast and get right back on track and focused. That's what I see in my team's vision, is a little more deeper than that, than just the surface goals and successes and rewards.
Tell me, you've been through that exercise before. How would you recommend somebody put themselves or help with their teams go through that process of identifying those goals, not just individual goals, but team goals and community goals?
One thing is identifying your intentions. For me, that was the biggest thing, because Intentions and aligned with goals and your core values are literally like a roadmap. So have you ever seen somebody put a map of the world or a country on the wall, and they put pins and then they attach all the strings? And each string takes you from point A to B where you want to go on the map of the world. The same applies for your goals, your personal goals. Write them down like a bucket list. But it's also identifying what your intentions are. Day-to-day affirmations, manifestations, reading books like The Magic, and reading books, which most of you are reading now. It really helps you to open up your eyes, but also not to be afraid to be coached, to be challenged, to challenge yourself, and to face the fears and obstacles that hold you back.
Awesome. I want to ask, out of all the people that we have on here tonight, is there anybody that is unclear on their goals or would like help identifying what those goals are? Everybody's clear? 100%? Chris says maybe. Who else? Steph? Okay. So you need to revamp yours, Kyla? Okay. So who would like to pop out and go through a bit of an exercise?
I can.
Okay.
I think a big way to start getting clear on your goals and your vision is it's not to sound rude, but like keep it simple. Take a vision board or go on. Just think of 10 things that you want in your life, and go to Google and download the picture. So you find a picture that you like, that you see, a house, a car, family, friends, beaches, snowboarding, whatever your passions and your visions are, and take that picture and go to photography, London Drugs, or if you're in the States, whatever, wherever you get pictures developed, and create a vision board. And when you look at that vision board daily, you will start to get clear on a lot of your why, and there's a big thing. There's a thing of being clear on your vision, but there's another word that I love using, and it's being certain. Like when you're certain with something, and it will help you, it will drive you, it will give you the fuel in your tank to drive you to get to that. There's steps involved when you're getting clear, and I think a very, very good way and an easy exercise is get a vision board, or just start writing 10 things that you're certain about on your vision, and look at those things daily, and you will internally, by the law of attraction, it's just a law. It will work, and you will become more certain, and things will start to change in your life.
So, Carl, what are you certain about? Walk everybody through the process of how you started becoming certain. Was it because of the gratitude? Was it because you started doing that visualization, or was it something else? And what is it that you are certain about now? Being in this business now for just over a year, what does it help you become certain about? What does it help provide that clarity for?
That's a loaded question, and it's a really good one. There's been quite a few events that have happened in my life to drive me. For one, I struggled with alcohol after my company went down. My beautiful wife helped me kind of get past that. And then my children, and even events like, we couldn't afford to go to Awaken, and we this is a funny story, and if you guys don't know this, like I could barely afford to go to Awaken because we were dropping everything back into our business. We also had bills, and there was a time when I was at the ATM machine in Vegas at Awaken, and I had to take money off a credit card. It was Yan and I looked over at Yan and I said, never again. Like, never again will I want to be back in this position. So there's been multiple events that have happened. My wife and my children are my number one drive. Like to be home with them every day. I could never, now that I'm home with them every day, I wouldn't want to ever go back to a 9 to 5 where I'd miss these moments, because the moments that I've been able to share with my kids, our kids, Nikki's on the call too, could never replace going to a 9 to 5. Like the things that that I would have missed if I was working out of town. I can't even imagine being, missing those moments with my kids. So my biggest engine is my driving force is my kids. But to keep it simple, you have to learn how to change your paradigm. You have to step out of your comfort zone and break the bad habits. And they're easy. It's easier said than done. Yeah, like you just have to stay consistent and have that belief system and be certain. So a vision, going back full circle here, guys, sort of ramble on, Kev, but get that vision board. And like last week when we were talking on the call, like kind of had a little test of writing 10 things that you're grateful, like going back to the gratitude, like, who did it? Like, you don't have to comment it in the chat. You guys know, we don't have to call people out or, reward people for doing it, but if you did it or you didn't. And I cannot say how powerful it is of writing, if it's even 3 things that you're great. I know you have a little different exercise, Kev, so it's not 10, but like writing down things that you're grateful for and looking at a vision board and writing down things that you're certain that you want to achieve, and it will happen. It might not be the first week or second week. Things are happening with us now, and we're 12 months into our business that I never would have dreamed about happening, that we're just learning or we're growing. So you're constantly achieving higher milestones. But the one thing that Nikki and I do is, like, we're not on every call, but we're probably on 95% of the calls. And that's important. This is our team. And going back to talking about community, this is our community. Like, and it's important to be engaged. And when we talk about the exercises to do them, just start taking action on it. Because and like, I'm rambling, but there's so many things that are important to the business, like consistency, taking action, applying. And when you constantly do that, it's like a wave. Like a wave starts thousands and thousands of miles away. And as it gets closer to the break, it starts to build, and that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve that massive ripple effect. And if you do the little things, that ripple is massive.
Love that call. Thanks so much for sharing, man. Love you, brother. You're an inspiration and a motivation, that's for sure.
Thanks, brother.
Can I quickly touch up on that?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's just vision boards. Obviously, they're awesome. I was told for years to do it, and finally, it took me years to get my head out of my ass and finally do it. They're amazing. Obviously, you're gonna keep working on them as you go because your goals always change. But right now, I'm reading a really good book. Actually, at first it took me a while to get into it, but the new Psycho-Cybernetics. It's the author. He's an ex-plastic surgeon, and he realized that a lot of the people that went to see him, who needed a new nose, new ears, or whatever, there was absolutely nothing wrong with them. It's just how they saw themselves. And he realized that a lot of people that he worked on, some people would go out and become greatness after that because they had that self-confidence. It totally changed the way they saw themselves. And some people would still see the ugliness within them and they would not change at all. So he decided to stop doing plastic surgery. And he actually went into the psychology behind it. And the whole book is about, it shows you how to actually switch your paradigm, how to actually look at yourself. It's actually really good. And an exercise, I actually read this yesterday, and this morning was day 1 for me. But it says for 21 days, you know how we always talk about meditation and stuff. For 21 days, take a time out of your day for half an hour, 30 minutes, where you're calm, where you're not going to have any distractions. Close your eyes, get comfy. And he says most people find it's easier if you imagine that you're sitting there and you're actually watching, like you're at a movie theater and you're just watching a movie of yourself. And watch yourself do and be exactly what you want to do and be exactly who you want to be for 30 minutes. For the first little while, it'll be forced. It'll be like you'll be all over the place. But he says after 10 days or so, it becomes more and more. You just kind of sit there and you enjoy watching. You don't have to force it anymore. It becomes more automatic. And after 21 days, it's supposed to completely change everything. So today was day 1 for me. and I thought I'd bring it on to you guys because I'm sure it'll help.
That's
I
a
absolutely love
deadly
that.
exercise, man. That is amazing, Jan. Thanks for sharing, brother.
I love it. Wow, that I can see how powerful that would be, and it's such an interesting way to put in perspective how you see, like, your perspective, right? You like your lens that you see the world with, and the lens that you see yourself with. Do you see yourself as, I'm the construction worker, I'm the oil field worker, I'm the dog walker, the scaffolder, I'm the I'm the sales rep, I'm whatever. When you see yourself as one thing and you identify with it so much because you've had that job or career for 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, it may be a challenge to see yourself as anything else other than that, right? Who would agree, right? You guys have been in a job for a certain amount of time, you're like, I am a office worker, or I am a massage therapist, or I am a X, whatever that is. You didn't say, I'm an entrepreneur, or I'm an internet marketer, or I'm a leader, or I'm an inspiration. You said, I am a vocation. I think that's where a lot of us as a society sell ourselves short, because we only identify with what we do as a job versus what we are capable of. Because those are two very different things, aren't they? Especially when we're coming into this space, when we tell you, we challenge you to see your potential and see all the possibilities. And congruent with what Jan said, I really believe that one of the key exercises for somebody that wants to create success, create results for yourself, is to learn how to dream again. Right? Who here would admit, and this is not to put anybody down, who here feels either right now or in the past you have totally lost sight of dreams that you've had in the past, that you completely forgot how to dream?
100%. That's something that you and I've talked about on a fairly regular basis, is that I just felt like I didn't have anything worth looking forward to. Yep. And I had quit dreaming a long time ago. And just even over the past month, having gone to Punta Cana and all that kind of stuff, like I'm just learning about my potential. Just learning.
Awesome, Chris.
And what I love about you, Chris, is like you break down barriers. You're breaking them down. You're walking down and you're just smashing shit out of the way, because there was times where, and I see it. I see your videos. I see your posting. Like, you're growing, and that is huge, 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 huge. And you could have just quit, but you got that driving force. You're investing in yourself, and that's massive. And it's just a matter of time, hon. Like, it's just a matter of time when the shit's just gonna break wide open. And you're going to be rolling. You're going to be just rocking and rolling. You're already rocking and rolling. Just you are. You've jumped leaps and bounds, and I love seeing it. So way to go.
Thank you. I've been really super frustrated, and I know a lot of this stuff has been personal that's been holding me back, and I've needed to be able to make my personal, deep-seated, important beliefs congruent with what we're doing here. And there were some things that were sort of blocking for a while that I was able to get straightened out over the past month. That's literally what it's been over the past month. I got to spend some one-on-one time with Todd Campbell, some one-on-one time with Travis, and both of them have been super, super helpful to me in figuring out what it was that I needed to change. And I think too, I've been holding back on asking for help when I need it. Because I felt like, okay, I've been here long enough now that I don't want to let the new people know that I'm still having struggles. And that doesn't benefit you, and it sure as heck doesn't benefit me in the long run. And so these are things that I'm sort of breaking down the barriers on, to use Colin's phrasing. but I'm not going anywhere. I keep saying you're all stuck with me. So.
We're happy to be stuck with you.
Can I piggyback
Yeah.
on that? Chris, first off, kudos to you for fucking being so brave and courageous to even say that. And every single person here feels that. Because if you're worried about the new person not sitting here and going, fuck, this girl still has challenges after however long she's been here. Girl, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 5. I've been a serious entrepreneur since I was 20. So over 2 decades, and I can assure you, myself and anyone here who's been an entrepreneur for a very long time, the ups and downs is part of it. That is part of it. That does not go away ever. It starts from the moment we're born, from the challenge to learning how to friggin' walk, to doing your first job interview and shaking in your friggin' boots and hoping you'll get that job, right? To your first date, to the wedding day, to writing down divorce papers, to dealing with a family member that's dying, right? Like all of these things are real. Those don't go away. So this is a judgment-free zone, folks. And every person here, every single one of you here has faced a moment where you might feel a little bit ashamed of, fuck, I can't believe I made it to this spot. I've worked so hard. I'm better than that. I'm better than that. You're a human. And that's part of it. This is part of the game. And by you know what, Chris, you remind us every single time you speak that you're human, and you make the rest of us feel human, and you allow the rest of us to feel and to break those barriers down, because until we do, we won't get through it. So we have to do that. We owe it to ourselves to do that. I am grateful that you do this in our group. I'm grateful that that's you. You're the person that helps us all realize that. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Tammy. It's something that I'm starting to sort of reach out on a little bit, something that I can see as a strength of mine that I can use going forward too. And it's like I always use the phrase, ideas are starting to gel in my head, and that's happening again on a much bigger level than it used to. So yeah, I'm starting to see some cool stuff. Sorry, Colin, I've cut you off twice now.
No worries, hon. I cannot stress, like, and I've always heard about vibrations and universal vibrations, and I cannot stress how important it is to get a handle on vibrations, just for all of life. Like, and I said to Nikki, like, I had an aha moment the other night where I was listening to like an Abraham Hicks video, and like, there's some things in my life that bother me, and when they bother me, that reflects on my wife, my kids, and it's just a vibration. It cannot go away. Like, they feel it. Like, it is not like I can walk. If something was bugging me right now, I walked out of the room, it would somehow impact the next person or people that I'm surrounding myself with, people on this call. And so what I would love to share with you guys is the video. I can put it into the Epic chat. And let's say for the next week, if you could listen to this at any point of the day when you have an hour, listen to her and really digest it, because there's things that I'm hearing in this call, because I listen to it every day, like at some point, preferably at night, and I'm like having like these crazy. I'm hearing different things of her message that she's implementing in this call, and if you take that practice and then you take the practice that Jan says, put on the put your life on the video screen, and you do that half hour a day. We do have an hour and a half a day for ourselves at some point. And if you do that consistently, that is going to change a massive paradigm for you guys. 100%. I'm telling you right now, I'm so certain that it will change the way you live your life. It will change your attitude. It will change your business. I'm not saying that your business is going to just skyrocket, but it's going to change how you talk to people. It is like, it's crazy. And like, I'm definitely going to use Jan's exercise starting tonight. And then, because success loves speed, and it loves when you learn something and you apply it, the universe loves that stuff. And it does. You don't have to be, all into the universe. You can be whatever religion you want, whatever you are, but vibrations impact everybody. Okay. So I'm going to share it in the chat. And if you guys do have a chance once a day, preferably at night, implement Jan's exercise and the exercise, the vibrational exercise from Abraham Hicks. I would love to hear your guys' feedback in a week's time.
I actually just want to piggyback off that really quickly because I was driving home from Calgary yesterday, and I've already shared it with our team, but I was driving home from Calgary yesterday and I put it on. I asked Colin for a good audio, and he's actually sent it to me before and I listened to it. But when you're driving and you have nothing else to do, you actually are focused on actually listening to it and absorbing what's actually being said. And for me, like a lot of talking to people and they feeling frustrated, not getting an ad that's converting or not getting a 99 or not sure how they're talking to people and that kind of stuff. And what I said to our team was the fact that Colin talks a lot about gratitude, a lot about books, a lot about meditation, and so do I, and we always say, like, do that stuff. But what I said to our team yesterday is, like, don't just put it on and just do it to get it done and over with, rush through it and just get it done because it's on your to-do list. There's something very different in doing and feeling. And if you're doing the exercise, or you're doing your gratitude or meditation just to say you got it done and then all of a sudden your business is just going to magically explode, but you're not putting any feeling into it, you're not actually feeling grateful, you're not actually trying to get in a meditative state where you can manifest what you're actually trying to create or what your dreams are into realities. If you're not actually feeling it, then you're not doing the exercise properly. And there's no right or wrong way to doing the exercise, but you have to put some feeling behind it. You have to actually believe that what you're doing, you might not be seeing the results that you want to see. And she talks a lot about this, is the fact that you want this Ferrari, you go into your garage and it's a constant reminder that you don't have this Ferrari in your garage. So you keep telling yourselves all the reasons why you don't have that vehicle, you don't have the money for it. And then you start putting these thoughts into your head that's literally convincing yourself as to why that's not happening. And Colin touches on vibration. The law of attraction, the law of vibration, whether you want to believe it or not, it's a fact. It happens. We don't discredit the law of gravity. We all know it's real because there's science behind it back. So no one's going around saying like, no, law of gravity it's not real, it doesn't happen. The law of attraction is real, whether you want to believe it or not. And it's a very useful and powerful tool and an easy tool if you actually practice it. So this Abraham Hicks audio that he's talking about is extremely powerful, and it really will make you sit and think about the things that you constantly tell yourself. If you don't close a 99, or if your ad's not converting, well, this doesn't work, it's too hard, and then all of a sudden you go into this downward spiral of all these reasons why your business isn't working. And rather than tell yourself that this will work, and making those consistent steps daily towards it. So I highly recommend, don't just have it playing in the background. Listen to it, hear what she's saying. Things might seem a little bit far stretched, but she's brilliant and she's powerful. And if you are consistent with it, it will absolutely change the way you think. That's
amazing. Can you share that? Somebody already share that link?
Yeah, Colin, maybe just throw it in the chat so it doesn't get lost.
Nick, you guys, I have to jump on an 8 o'clock call that I gonna have to prep for a little bit. So Nick, can you post that chat? Love and appreciate everybody. Tam, Kev, thanks so much, Jan, for sharing that. Chris, everybody who shared. Way to go, Dave. Love you guys. Looking forward to chatting next Thursday. Yeah, peace out.
Thanks, Cole. Thanks for adding that, Nikki. You know, the power of intent, the power of the mind is so important. And you know, I would say it was not that long ago that I was not a believer of that kind of stuff. You know, I understood goal setting. I understand a very logical, very analytical point of view around it. And over the last, I'd say, year, since it was joining Jay-Z, talking about the magic, reading Happy Pocket Full of Money, you know, those books like that literally changed the way I looked at everything.
I'll cover that.
And if you haven't gotten into that yet, I really challenge you to get into those books, getting into those audios, because when you change your mindset, like Dave will attest to it, Colin and Nikki will attest to it, Angela, Chris, Tammy, anybody will attest to it, that when you change the way that you think and the way that you see the world, the way that you see yourself, that's when your results change. It's not by looking at, oh, shoot, like, look what I don't have. It's looking at, hey, why can't I have that? Ask yourself, why not? Not, oh, why don't I? Think about the possibilities. I had an old mentor, and he said, he talked about fear. And he said, fear and direct selling. What are you fearful of? You know, in what we do, we're fearful of putting up a video ad. We're fearful of putting up a fan page. We're fearful of putting our face on social media. You know, those are those are valid, right? And has anybody had those fears? Okay. Now, this is a practical step, and I have said this before, but he said, think about your grandest dreams. Start there. Think about your grandest dreams. How powerful are they? How vivid are they in your mind? You know, again, looping this around is when we talk about, have we forgotten how to dream? Have you had a chance to sit down? Oh, actually, no. I want to tell you to do this. I want to challenge you all tonight to sit down for 15 minutes and start to think about your wildest dreams. This might be a challenge for you because you may think, oh, it's not possible anymore. I'm too old. I don't have the skill set. I never went to school for that. I don't have anybody around me that's done that. Take logic out of the picture. What were some of your most grandest, most awe-inspiring dreams that you've had in the past, or maybe you still have, maybe you thought about them recently? What are those dreams? Was it to be completely debt-free? Okay, great. That's a great dream. What else can you have? What about paying off the mortgages of all your children or your parents? What if it was taking your entire extended family of 35 people, 35 Italians, to the Mediterranean on a cruise on your dime? What if it was for you to write a book and do a book tour that you fund on your own and you sell 1 million copies of that book? What if it's you speaking in front of an auditorium full of 50,000 people and you inspiring them to be the best that they can be? How big can your dreams get? You having a house in the San Diego beach line that you go to every winter time. If you're in Canada, you want to go to California in the winter, right? That makes sense. How big can you dream again? So my challenge to you is for 15 minutes tonight, don't think about your goals. Okay, your goals, that's practical. That's still something we need to do. But think about how big your dreams can get again. And sit with them. Sit with those dreams for 15 minutes or longer. And let it sink in. Like Nikki said, attach some feeling to them. Sit with them. Journal about them. Write them down if you can. And start just letting your imagination flow. We're the most imaginative beings on this planet in our known universe. So why are we constantly holding ourselves back and pin ourselves down by thinking that I've got to work this job for the next 30 years so that I can retire on a $2,000 a month pension? Okay, and I'm not against jobs, but I do feel that jobs put us in a routine, in a box, that doesn't allow us to dream anymore. For the most part, I'd say 99% of people. Okay? If you love your job and you would do it forever, fantastic. Your litmus test for that is, would you do your job for free? If you truly love your job, you do it for free. So ask yourself that. So aside from that is figure out what those dreams are. Is it writing? Is it theater? Is it getting into, contributing? Is it building your own charitable foundation? There are a lot of things that we can come up with that other people have done that could fuel your passion, fuel your dreams. That's what I challenge everybody to get down to now. We are 6 weeks into 2018. It was like just yesterday that was Y2K, 1999, right? Time is passing faster than we think, faster than we want, that's for sure. So try to find clarity. Don't try, find clarity in your dreams and start working towards them. Start living again. Start waking up thinking about your dreams. Not thinking about the alarm clock. Not thinking about, oh, geez, I got to go to work. Just say, hey, you know what? I've got hope over here. I've got this dream that at some point in my life, I'm going to fulfill. Might not just be one dream. Maybe it's several. How many of you can think of a really big dream right now? Like a really big one. Raise your hand in front, put your hand in front of the camera so everybody can see. Okay, so let's say a third, maybe almost half of us. Okay, great. How does it make you feel when you see that dream? When you think about that dream? A dream should light you up. You should have a permanent smile ear to ear when you think about that dream. It should be so big, so bad that you can, as soon as you think about that dream, it puts you in a better mood. That's the point of vibration. That's the point of intention. That's the point of living a deliberate life. Is being on fire so that you're not worried about what's happening in the 9 to 5. You're not worried about what somebody else is telling you that, oh, you're crazy. Because like I started talking the story, I went on a bit of a tangent there, but that mentor that told me to figure out what my dreams are, when somebody tells you that, oh, you're doing something on the internet, like that doesn't work. Or you can't do that. Or you're not good enough. When your dreams are so clear and so big that it doesn't matter how many doubters or haters or Debbie Downers you have in your life, they become insignificant because your dreams are that big. Your why is that big that anybody that's going to post on your social media, somebody that's going to comment on your ad as a hater, maybe it's friends and family that say, oh, geez, like, that's not real. Get a job. Quit dreaming. That's never going to happen for you. That becomes inconsequential now because you have such big, grand visions for yourself.
Can I just, I'm going to hop in there just really quickly because that's actually my biggest things when I first started this was the fear of judgment of others. I was always worried about putting my face out there, posting stuff on my personal page, putting ads out there because of what people were going to think, what my friends were going to think. They were going to think I was part of some crazy thing. And you just really need to ask yourself why. Like, why are you scared of that? What brings that fear in? Why does being judged scare you? Because if your dream, like Kevin's talking about, if your dream, that it gets you so excited is big enough and powerful enough and you're so certain of it, then no amount of judgment, no amount of hate from any person or anything like that should ever hold you back. And it's amazing what can happen if you break through that threshold of fear, what is on the other side of it. It's insane. Things that you'd never thought, and you become more powerful as an individual. You're able to reach your full potential, unlock something that you never thought you were able to unlock before. And so when you're hesitant, or when you're holding yourself back from doing something, whether it be an ad or posting something that you're passionate about or writing down your goals, ask yourself why you're holding yourself back, and if it's worth possibly giving up what could be the most amazing life.
True. That's Nikki Kobza, lady boss, talking again.
Yeah.
It's so true. Yeah, and like Jolie said it right there. That's exactly what my mentor told me. He said, if they aren't willing to pay my bills, then their opinion shouldn't matter. That's what that mentor said. He said, all the people that might tell you no, the people that are going to tell you that you're crazy, the people that are telling you that you're never going to succeed, at the end of the day, are they putting food on the table? Are they paying for your kids' education? Are they paying for your mortgage? If not, then who cares?
Can I add to that?
Yes.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, most likely. I mean, like for me, definitely, you know, I got a lot of people telling me that, you know, to this day right now, telling me like, what am I doing? I'm crazy, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, deep inside of me is like, you know, excuse my language, but like, fuck that. You know what I mean? It's like, that right there should be like your number one motivation to just keep fucking going and just prove them wrong. You know what I mean? And just keep hustling and going that way. I know for me right now, I'm not there yet. My goal is to definitely be there. But I'm still driving. I'm still going for it. And yeah, man, don't be afraid to go out there. I'm not anymore. I'm not going to stay quiet with that anymore. So a lot of people know it already, but you know, just don't be afraid of it.
Awesome, Eduardo. Thank you very much for sharing that, brother. And Eduardo, he's new. I'm telling you, I know a little bit of his story. You first became a lead on Ryan's ad, like, what was it, 6-8 months ago?
Yeah.
6 or 8 months ago, he was a lead. We started a conversation on Facebook. He said, you know, he got involved. He wanted to go all in with the trifecta, didn't have the money. He said, guys, I'm going to be back. I promise you. And 9 times out of 10, if not more, when somebody tells you that they're going to be back, you're like, yeah, okay, sure. You know, hey, we hope that you are, but you don't hold your breath. And you know what? 8 months later, he comes back. He's like, guys, I've got the money. Let's go.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and he went all in. And you know what? I'm telling you that's the type of conviction and dedication it takes to succeed. So, Eduardo, kudos to you, man.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Let's make some moves, okay?
Hell yeah. Thank you.
So, again, don't let fear get in the way. Get yourself out of that comfort zone. If you're scared about, let's say, a video ad, take a quick video of yourself. Don't put it up. Take a quick video. Make some steps outside your comfort zone, one little bit at a time. That's going to get you there. And from a technical and tactical standpoint, guys, I want to do sometime in the future do some training on what do you call it? Not incognito ads, but they're ads that don't have to have your face on them. Okay, there's a way for you to get marketing up if you're fearful of putting your face out there. Again, I think you still should. You're definitely going to convert better. But there's a way to leverage other people's images or third-party images and still have congruent converting ads. So sometime in the near future, we'll talk about that. But use your creativity when it comes to your marketing. It does not have to be your face. Okay, it does not have to be you. It will be better if it's you, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, so that's something that we will talk about. Everybody should know that the brand new training that Landon and Safe put together in Facebook ads, these guys have done millions of dollars of sales through Facebook ads. They put together a brand new course, brand new curriculum in the back office. It's live today. I encourage everybody to go through that in before next week for sure. and start using that funnel. Okay, we are already getting feedback that it's converting at over 50%. That I just got a message from Aaron Fraser, one of the leads, well, one of the leaders, and he just sent that out to his list, and he got a buyer from one of his first leads a year and a half ago because they watched that webinar and they went through that process. So it's really powerful information, guys. We got to leverage that. You have to start getting your marketing up. If you do not have marketing up, you are hurting yourself by not utilizing this marketing. Okay, it is phenomenal. It really, really is. Okay. Anybody have questions about it? Does anybody want to go through some marketing? Now that we've spoken about fear, nobody else has fear now, right? Or sorry, we have fear, but you're going to overcome your fears, correct? Say, I do. Say, I will. Yes, I will. Okay, awesome. So we're not worried about fear anymore. You're going to go through the training. Does anybody want to go through some marketing analysis right now?
Nobody else does. I'll jump in.
Sure. You have an ad up right now?
I have a couple ads up right now, and I've tried a couple of different split tests. I've tried a couple of different pictures. I even ran it by Jang, and it's just I'm not getting any traction whatsoever. I feel like I'm not sending it almost because it's
okay. Share your screen then, Chris.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it up here. And share screen.
Does anybody that's new have questions about marketing? If you do, I mean the new training is going to answer most, if not all, of your questions.
I just noticed Melissa's girl Kaylee is on call now. Can we just say a quick hi to her? This is her first call.
Hi, Kaylee. Everybody wave hi.
Hi, Kaylee.
Welcome to the family.
Sorry, there's probably a faster way to find the ad itself, isn't there?
Oh, a shout out to Dagan. Dagan, congrats. Before you go, my man, you have been crushing it out there. I've seen you add 3 or 4 buyers in the last few days. Congratulations, Dagan.
No, thank you. All right, I gotta get on a Zoom. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, buddy.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I don't know why my computer's running so slow.
Okay. Structure looks good. What are you targeting?
I targeted Canada. I did a split between male and female. I've done between 30 and 50. I've tried 35 to 44 as well because I seem to get more from that age group. And that's it. I haven't done any interest or anything yet.
Okay, so 0 interest.
Mm-hmm. I think
your header needs to stand out more at the very, very top. It doesn't stand because it's 2 sentences, one on top of another. I would definitely, because here you write, you know that feeling when you realize you're just floating through life? Time is passing with nothing to really market. You can even just have, you feel like you're floating through life, or do you feel like you're just coasting by? Are you just coasting by? Stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would, and just have that, and then go your 2 lines down to your next sentence.
And have those 2 lines after, like add the coasting part first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if I look at the framework of your ad, what I find catches my eye is partially through the ad, if you have little dots with the bullet points, whether it's like little arrows or something with just bullet points. So whether it's touching like pain points and you go bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, because those are
sort of like those. Yes,
those are a lot though. Wow. Yeah, those are a lot. And they're long sentences. So I would have.
Yeah, you definitely want to shorten that up. because now somebody's going to overview that, and like their initial reaction is that there's too much info there. It might be creating some fatigue.
Okay.
And you're writing a lot about your experiences. And there's one thing that Angela Carboni spoke greatly about on our last call is it's about them. And this is something I've also, Colby Ray Stroud talks about greatly when he does his video. It's all about what experience do you want your viewer. So think about your avatar, Chris. What key things do you want your viewer, your target audience to look at that's going to catch their attention? You traveling to Vancouver probably means nothing to them, right? All the wonderful things that you've done probably means nothing to no one else. And one thing that I've learned, even in sales, in life, nobody gives a crap about some of my problems or my successes. They give a crap about their own, right? So
True.
I would redirect the finger to your target market when it comes to those bullet points, those goals, the things that you want them to envision those goals.
Right, which is what I was sort of aiming for. So how could I work?
So like here you said travel to Vancouver. Well, clearly you did some travel spots, you know. Wouldn't you love to travel to places like bump, 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 bump? Or wouldn't you like to have more time to travel to exotic places, you know? Things that you relate to, but direct it to them.
Okay.
Here are powerful words in marketing. Imagine if. Those two words, imagine if, and then adding something. So imagine if being able to travel and meet people that become some of your best friends. Imagine if not having to book time off to travel. Imagine if you didn't have to punch that time clock anymore. So you want to list, because again, think about your audience, everybody, is when they're reading something, when they're looking at marketing, they're saying, what's in it for me? That's the very first thought. What's in it for me? If it has nothing to do with me, they keep scrolling, right? And you've got that split second to catch their attention, because 95 to 99% of people seeing these ads are seeing them on the phone, on mobile.
Yeah.
And so when they're scrolling, it's happening really fast. You need something to catch their attention right at the beginning. Right, with a good caption. A photo is great, but a photo, the photo has to stand out, right? It's got to be bright, it's got to be colorful, smiling faces, dogs, babies,
That's
like,
what I got.
you know. So, okay, great photo, Chris. That's a great photo. So people are going to ask, okay, what's this Chris person talking about? Your first two lines need to speak to them in some way. What's grabbing their attention? What's going to make them want to read more?
Chris, do you happen to have any photos when you were in Punta Cana, like maybe with the friends or holding the manadas and the straw or stuff like that? Do you have any group photos like that?
Yeah, I do have group photos. I had been told that group photos were not right for this kind of stuff.
If you have a good background, like if you've maybe you got like a friend or two people beside you and you're doing like an action, like, wow, we're having a blast, and you got like the ocean behind you or the palm trees, that could fly. I could see that fly.
Okay. Maybe I'll send you some pictures after on Messenger.
Yeah, and for those of you who may not have some of those HD quality photos, I'll repost it in the chat, but pixabay.com, HD quality, and it's allowed for commercial use on all of them, so you don't even have to guess.
Are they free, Tammy?
They're free. There's
awesome.
over 500,000 photos to pick from any genre. Wow. You can type things on the top for search, and it'll give you similar matches, and they're high quality, pop and vibrant colors. They're all HD, and they're for commercial use specifically.
Yeah, I just grabbed some pictures today. They're really good.
Yeah.
Free. They're not coded, so it should be good for use.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Chris, you've got a decent framework here. Make some of those tweaks.
Okay.
Tailor the ad to the audience, not necessarily speaking about your own experience. And yeah, start testing it. Keep testing it.
And I'll take a look at it too also after when you do the edits, Chris.
Yeah, no, I send my ads to people, and I even said this when I sent it to Jang, because he and I had talked about it. I said, I send ads to people and they always say, love it, run with it. And I don't ever get feedback. And he said, I'm really sorry, but I love it. Run with it. So I was like, okay.
Something else to test too. I can tell that your ad is meant for post engagement, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
So the ad that I have running right now, when I first started it, it was meant for post engagement, and I was getting lots of likes but no comments.
Yeah.
And then someone told me to run that same ad with no link or anything, but put it as a conversion ad. And I did that. Like, I actually killed this ad for like 3 weeks, and then I went back with it.
Mm-hmm.
And for the last almost month now, I have 4 different, the same ad, but 4 times, and they're all running between $1 to $3 per lead.
Wow.
For some reason, I started getting a lot more engagement, less likes, but we don't give a shit about likes. We want people saying, you know, I'm in, or whatever it is. And for some reason, it also worked for me. So I'm not saying that it's actually going to like turn everything around for you, but it's something to test.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you. I'm taking notes. Yeah.
That's actually Kobe. Something Kobe was actually doing too. He doesn't have a link in it, but he has his posts as conversion ads. He's actually got 3. He's actually doing pretty good so far. It looks like he's down to like $1, around $1, and over
Awesome.
300 comments. So yeah, maybe try that up. I'm doing the same thing now.
Okay.
Nice. Great tips, everybody. Way to go. Okay, so Tammy's got the link there, pixabay.com, so you can use that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having group photos. Again, you test it. You know, spend $5 or $10 on it, test it, and see what happens.
I can do that.
Awesome. Is there anybody else that wants to go through some marketing?
You guys just have to remember that when you, the thing I always think about when I am writing an ad or making a video for an ad is I have to have my hook, I have to have my body or my meat, and I have to have the call to action. So, and the best way to have a hook, which would be the pattern interrupt from people just scrolling through, the best thing to do is a question, because it stops people and their brain stops them immediately, because once you read a question, your brain has to answer it before your brain will allow you to move on, which is why I 99 times out of 100, I use a question of some kind. And even putting in stop scrolling, people laugh at me. They're like, do people really stop scrolling? I'm like, yeah, they really do, because I just told them to stop. So they do, and then they continue to read. So have your hook or your paradigm, or sorry, your shift, right? Your what the fuck did I just say? Your pattern interrupt. Thank you. Yep. Where's my freaking brain tonight? I've been pulling all-nighters with this event with Travis, so I apologize that I'm so tired. Have your hook, your pattern interrupt, have your body or your meat. Whatever question you just asked them, how are you going to solve it for them? That's the body or the meat. If you're using a pain type of ad where you want to solve a pain for somebody, like, are you sick of working every hour God sends, or whatever you're using as your question, now you need to solve the problem for them and tell them how you solve it. Then you need your call to action. They need to know what to do. Comment below, go to the link, where is it? Okay. If you just keep those 3 things clear and concise, that helps with your ad. If we play around with too much emojis or stuff like that, and we make it look too busy, sometimes it's just the simplicity, keeping it simple, that, you know, that works the best, you know? So whenever I'm writing ad copy or I'm making an ad video, I have those 3 things as a part of it, and my shit converts well. So, and this is what I teach everybody. Like Colby, who is in We Prevail, who is helping a lot of other people, I told him the same 3 steps, right? Whatever you want to call it, those are the 3 things you need to have in your ad. Your ad is not complete without all 3 of them.
Do you want to write those 3 things in the chat, Ange?
I'm sorry?
Can you write those 3 things in the chat?
Yeah.
Sure.
In the Facebook chat?
In the Facebook chat or in the Zoom chat?
Yeah, the Facebook chat, because the Zoom chat will disappear once we close the meeting.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that now.
Thanks, Ange.
No problem.
Okay, awesome. So is there anybody else that wants to go over some marketing at all? No? Okay, we're good. Okay, so we made the commitment to overcome our fears, to act in spite of fear. Fear is never going to go away, but you have to act in spite of fear and start dreaming again. Start creating those dreams, revisit those dreams, build those dreams, expand those dreams again. Those dreams are going to fuel your goals. Because the goals that we are starting to put out there, a lot of them can be very logical, very surface level. Okay, I need to make $5,000 a month because it's going to do this. But we got to dig deeper. We got to peel the layers of the onion away so we find out what drives us emotionally. When you have something that's emotional, then it has power, like Nikki said earlier. So sit with those dreams tonight, do some dream building, and let's go crush out the rest of this month and the rest of this year. Okay, we have an amazing team. We have an amazing community in JZ, but I'm a little biased. I think that this team right here is the best team that there is.
I have to agree. with you.
So let's go make some magic happen. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, appreciate you all. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Take action. Go through that training. Use the new funnel. It is going to change your business. All right, guys. Take care.